Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Zina Solo and today we are doing the very first YouTube video of the series Anyone Can Cook. Now this is a series that I actually have been doing for a while already over on Twitch, where every single Friday I cook something and I try to learn a new recipe or a new skill. I'm not a chef, I'm not a good cook, I'm just like a girl that has been living alone for a while and for the first year or so has been surviving on junk food and stuff. But then I decided that it's time for me to actually learn some cooking skills, and I would like to share some of them with you guys, because it's true that I'm not an expert, but I also think that I have been learning one or two things. So I guess that this is just the demonstration of the fact that if I can cook, literally anyone can cook. So today, for the very first video, I decided to try an Italian dish that I actually know how to make quite decently. We are talking about the pasta called Aglio, Olio and Peperoncino. Literally garlic, oil and chili. This is one of the easiest pastas to make, and I make it so often that I don't know, like, it's so good, it's so easy to make, it's delicious, and I'm pretty sure that anyone can cook this. So let's try it. So let's take a look at the ingredients that we are working with. Of course, the most important one, the pasta, our beloved pasta. I'm using the brand Rumo, which is very common here in Italy, but I'm sure that any brand would do. There's of course Barilla, that I'm sure can be found internationally. This is the specifically spaghetti number 3, and it requires 9 minutes of cooking time, but more on that later. You don't actually cook it in the water for 9 minutes. You'll see. Then we got the oil. You know that like in any Italian household you will find some good olive oil. This is specifically Olio extravergine di oliva, brand is De Cecco. Let me tell you, I don't really have a specific favorite brand of olive oil because it's expensive as hell, so I just get whatever, it's discounted and they don't really disappoint me. So yeah, I got this one today, classic extra virgin olive oil. Chili. Now let me tell you one thing, I will confess that I normally most of the time don't use this type of chili. Maybe some purists of the recipe will be a little mad at me, but yeah, technically you're supposed to use fresh chili, and I got it for today. However, I will confess that sometimes when I want to make this recipe real quick and I don't have chili at home, I'm just gonna use like the flakes, something like this. You can actually tell that I use this one quite a lot. It kind of does the job anyway, but today we're gonna use the actual chili. Do whatever you prefer. For this specific video, and to give you a little bit of guidance on the recipe, I'm gonna be following kind of like the standard type of recipes, even when it comes to like how much I'm using of everything. So this is exactly 80 grams of spaghetti. I think that normally I make a little bit more. I normally just eyeball it, and I definitely do a little bit more. This is technically one standard portion. However, also keep in mind that following the Italian Mediterranean diet, you normally have like a first dish that can be a pasta or something else, and then like you have a second dish, which normally is meat. So you pair this with something else that you will eat later. But most of the time, I just like having one single dish, so I'm gonna get a little bit more of spaghetti. But for the recipe, for the sake of the video, I'm gonna be using exactly 80 grams. Step number 1. Water. We have to make it boil. I eyeball the amount of water, I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't forget to salt your water. You really want to, because if you don't, the pasta will just have a different flavor. It will actually, in fact, lack flavor. So make sure that you do that you do salt your water. Now we just wait a little bit for the water to boil, and at that point we add the spaghetti, not before. The water has to be boiling. Once this step is complete, we wait a little bit for the water to boil and we put the pasta in. In the meanwhile, what we can do is prepare our sauce, which in this case is very easy. I'm gonna be using just one piece of the garlic. The recipe says 3/4 of a chili, and we will just start cutting everything now. I will confess that sometimes I use more garlic than this. I definitely do, because I really like the flavor of garlic, but I understand also that it might not be everyone's cup of tea. Please don't mind my cutting technique. I think that I'm gonna leave it this big, but you can make it even smaller. So the recipe says 3/4 of a chili. but I think that I will like it even spicier, so I don't know. Make sure you remove this part of the chili. I don't think that it would taste good. I recently tried to learn the proper cutting technique where like you're supposed to hold your hand as a claw. So this way you cut, but you don't risk cutting your fingers, which is nice. We definitely don't want to do that. I definitely need some guidance or like improve my cutting skills because this is not it. Oh, pretty spicy. I like it. I like it. Whoa. Whew. This is where the magic really starts. Now, I'm gonna be putting my spaghetti here. Don't break it. Please don't break the spaghetti. If you don't, I'm sure that like a lot of you already know how to do it, but if you don't, I'll show you. You pretty much put your spaghetti like that in the pot and then take a tool. I'm gonna use this one and like slowly, gently move it around, bend it a little bit until it actually fits into the pot. It doesn't take long, okay? Just do it slowly. You see how it's already going down. I'm pretty sure there might be like a tool that is specifically designed for it, but this is how I do it personally. Voila! And like make sure that you stir it a little bit so it doesn't stick to the bottom. Now I'm putting a 7-minute timer. The recipe, like the box, says that the cooking time is 9 minutes, but we want to take the pasta out before that 9 minutes, and you'll see why in a second. We got a normal saucepan here. Let's turn on the fire, and we are going in with the oil. So the magic of this recipe, why it's so easy and so fast to make, is that you can actually make two things together. As the pasta is boiling, you go with the next step. So here we just put a little bit of oil in the pan. I'm gonna eyeball it, okay? The recipe says like 15-16 grams per person. This is what I do, honestly. I just like make sure that it's nicely coated, stirring little by little. Now, this is when we proceed with the very next step, which is the sauce, right? There's one thing here that is a little tricky if you ask me, which is making sure that the garlic specifically doesn't burn, because if it happens, it's just not the same. I confess that I'm guilty of that. It might have happened to me once or twice, so we're just gonna start making this side, but please keep an eye on the garlic. Make sure that it doesn't burn. Okay, what? I'm gonna put the chili all together as well. Honestly, I'm just gonna use the same tool because why not? And I wanna keep the flame very low at this point, again, because it's just not gonna be nice if it burns. Also, let me just add regarding the cooking of the pasta. You can, of course, wait the full 9 minutes, as it says in the box. However, I don't like it when mine is overcooked. And pretty much the next step is going to be when the cooking time of the pasta is done, we will take some of that water, the pasta water, add it to the sauce, because by doing that it will create this nice creamy texture that we want in the sauce. And then we take the actual pasta and we move it to here. We move it to this saucepan. And here it's still gonna continue cooking for a little bit. It can cook for like a minute, a little more, a little less, depends on how you like the texture. Because again, at the end of the day, this is all about demonstrating that anyone can cook, but we have to cook based on our own preferences. We have to cook something that we will actually enjoy eating. I personally don't like when mine is overcooked, so I'm just gonna take the pasta at the 7-minute point, drop it here, keep it just a little bit. Of course, we don't want it to burn or anything, and then yeah, it's gonna be ready. The magic is there. You see how easy it is? So I have 2 minutes missing from the timer, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of this pasta water and add it to the rest here. The reason why we want to do this is because combining the water with the oil will literally emulsify everything that we got here, and again, it's just gonna get nice and creamy, and it's not gonna feel like we have a lot of different ingredients separate that just don't make sense, right? This is gonna be the trick of creating that nice creamy sauce. You don't want to burn yourself, of course, because you know that can happen. Water and oil. Okay, less than a minute left on my timer. Let's taste the pasta. Okay, it's getting there. It's getting there. Oh, our timer is ringing. Okay, I'm gonna start moving everything then. Okay, this is a little tricky. Make sure that you don't hurt yourself, which, I mean, I know that you're gonna be careful, but be careful, okay? I wanna tell you as well. I personally like just, oh, okay, it can be a little messy, but I personally like just taking the pasta and slowly move it there. Otherwise, you can just like use the actual, how do you even call it? Like the pot for draining the pasta. We want to make this kind of quick because we don't want the pasta to fry, right? Make sure that you move it a lot, again, because it's not supposed to fry. Let's add just a tad of that pasta water, just a tad. This is how it's looking. We make sure to mix all the ingredients together. Now everything is ready. We just have to put it inside our little dish. And if I didn't mess it up, we have a delicious, super easy pasta. Okay, my presentation is gonna be a little messy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm still working on that. Let's see if I can make it look nicer. Ooh, probably not. Okay, we're gonna be working still on the presentation. This is how it's looking. Again, I feel horrible for my presentation. It's really not good, but we can improve that next time. It smells delicious. I normally just roll my spaghetti like this. It's so good! It's delicious! And it has all the flavors. So good, so easy. I think that it took me like maybe 20 minutes to make this whole thing because I'm even recording. But like, if you make it at home, you just put the pasta to boil, you cut the ingredients, and you saw how to make it. Now, I'm gonna go and finish this because it's so freaking good and I'm so hungry. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you're gonna try this recipe at home, if you liked it, if you have suggestions, because again, I'm not a chef, I'm not an expert. I'm just a girl trying to survive in this world and have good food in my stomach while I try to survive. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this one with me, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed. Let me know if you want me to try some more recipes. Remember that every single Friday I make Anyone Can Cook streams over on Twitch, so feel free to join if you want, and I'm gonna see you guys soon. Bye!